Hello, good people. This is April, and you're listening to New York Accent Podcast. Today is Monday, September the 14th, 2020, and this is episode 15, where I discuss emotions versus reasoning. So let's get into it. If you have wronged someone, it's okay to come back and say that you were wrong. You don't have to accept their cold shoulder or your inner feelings of guilt forever. You can apologize to them in the same manner that you offended them. For example, if you had verbally assaulted someone in a group setting, then you should apologize to them in a group setting. Here's why. The people that witnessed the verbal assault, believe it or not, they're also victims. Because although you were not speaking directly to them, you were speaking, and they as listeners were offended. And if you do not apologize publicly around those same people, then they still feel victimized. Just imagine how confusing it could be for them to see you and the person that you verbally assaulted smiling and back to being buddy-buddy all over again without them understanding why or how it can make the group dynamic awkward. This is how groups function. So that's why it's important for group functionality and for cohesiveness, just for you to apologize to them publicly when you assaulted them publicly. It does go a long way if you can apologize to them personally. Don't do it over the phone. Don't do it through another person. Go to the person that you assaulted and look them in the eyes, and you be as sincere as you can be. Allow them to express how they felt about the attack, and you listen, and then you be apologetic, because that's how you can avoid someone giving you the cold shoulder or someone ignoring you. You feel that inner guilt. You can release yourself of those feelings, of those behaviors by just acknowledging that you were wrong and moving forward. Keep in mind that it's up to the person that you assaulted to accept your apology and to move forward with you. But they could very well accept the apology and decide not to communicate or be friends with you anymore. It would be very difficult for them to forget what happened, especially in the beginning stages. So you need to give people time. Don't try to resume your friendship the way it was before too quickly. Otherwise, it can seem as if you didn't really mean the apology, or you didn't acknowledge that time that has to pass before things can get back to the way they were. So give people time. Also, don't dwell on what happened. Whenever they're ready to move on, just move on. Don't continue to bring up that issue. Check yourself. Was that action acceptable? Was that out of character? I suggest keeping an emotional diary. Keep track of your moods and emotions throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. Check your mood before it sets the tone for your whole day. Spot the tendencies. Have you ever watched a movie or listened to a song and was able to resonate with a certain character? Did the character's personal thoughts and actions mimic yours? Watching someone else can provide a great tool for you to discover your feelings. Make an emotion versus reason list. The list will allow you to distinguish the emotion side of the argument from the rational one. Draw a straight line in the middle of the paper so you can create two columns. And the left side of the column is emotions and what it's telling you to do. The right side will be reason and what it's telling you to do. 2 questions. Where are your emotions clouding your judgment? Where is your reasoning ignoring important cues from your emotions? Your emotions will create trouble if you let them wander around without reason. But your rational thoughts can be just as problematic if you try to operate like a robot without feelings. The next time you are about to have a disagreement, stop, make an emotion versus reason list, and go from there. The Finnish word of the day is rauha, which means peace. Until next time, be good for yourselves and each other. Thanks for listening.